getting answers for Western Massachusetts. This is Western Mass News.
We do have a dry start to the weekend, but tracking a storm for Sunday. I'll have the details in my first warning forecast.
And confusion remains over receiving appointments for the second dose of the COVID-19 vaccine at the Eastfield Mall. We have the details coming up.
And with Black History Month now underway, we focus in on a Black-owned restaurant here in Western Mass. We'll tell you why the owner is optimistic about his future, even during the pandemic. But we begin tonight focusing on the weather as we begin the weekend. We're looking towards some possible snow in time for Sunday's big game. Welcome to Western Mass News, everyone, at 6. I'm Chris Pisano.
And I'm Jordyn Jagalinzer. The big questions are, what's the timing like and just how much are we expecting? For those answers, let's turn things over to meteorologist Janna Brown. Hey, Janna.
Hey, guys. Well, those sound like pretty simple questions, but actually some very difficult answers as this storm has been really hard to predict. It's going to be a fairly fast-moving system, but snow could start as early as Sunday morning and then taper off by Sunday evening. There's still some track concern. How close does it get to the coast? That will definitely impact how much we get. It is looking like a fluffier snow with some minor to moderate accumulation here and then potential for some bigger numbers farther to our south and east. Currently, it is dry and quiet. We're at 36 degrees. Breezes are at about 6 miles an hour. So there's a slight wind chill, but it's not too bad out there. Temperatures hit 40 this afternoon. Many are now starting to drop back down toward the middle 30s. We will eventually be cooling off much more so once these clouds completely move out. Right now, we do still have some scattered to patchy cloud cover around. Now, your morning planner will start off partly cloudy, but then go mostly sunny, and we'll have a good amount of sunshine throughout the day. Temperatures cold to start off in the morning. I think our low will bottom out close to maybe 20, 22 degrees, and then we'll climb back into the 30s throughout the morning. Breezes will also be kicking up throughout the morning as well. Wind could gust up to 20 or even close to 30 miles an hour as we head into the afternoon. Now, our high temperatures tomorrow will be seasonable, so I think we'll see a lot of middle 30s, potential for a few upper 30s. And then as we go into Sunday, again, it is looking like we will be dealing with snow. Temperatures will be in the 20s to near 30 degrees. We'll talk about how much our first look at this snowfall forecast is going to be, and the timing. We'll take another look at that too in just a few minutes. Back to you guys.
Janna, thanks. And Western Mass News is your vaccine authority. We're getting answers tonight on the scheduling of second vaccine doses at the Eastfield Mall.
There appears to be miscommunication between patients and the company about how to schedule that second dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. Western Mass News reporter Audrey Russo is live there to explain. Audrey?
Here at the Eastfield Mall site, the line outdoors continues to be long. Now, this is partially likely due to the fact that the company was running extended hours both yesterday and today for people who may have missed their vaccine appointment earlier this week due to the bad weather. Now, as recently as yesterday, we heard from the company running this site saying that people would be able to book their second appointment while they were still on site. Now, phone calls and emails started to come in, and we knew we needed to look into the situation further.
When I asked, where can I make the second appointment for my mother, who is 87, they said that they don't do that at the Eastfield Mall.
Kathleen called Western Mass News' Vaccine Authority hotline with concerns about scheduling a second COVID-19 vaccine dose for her mother at the Eastfield Mall vaccine site run by Curative. Earlier this week, company reps told Western Mass News that second appointments would be scheduled on site while people waited in the observation area following their first dose. We were told this process would start Thursday, but people leaving the site Friday didn't think that was what was happening. Did they make a second appointment for you inside the clinic?
They have set it up that they will send us information about the second appointment.
Did they book you a second appointment inside?
They did not. They said that they'll be starting that on Monday, and they were not doing it today.
Western Mass News reached out to the company for more information, and we spoke with the Vice President of National Field Operations and Supply Chain, Dean Schultes. Is there somebody at the staff, on the staff, who maybe is telling people that they shouldn't be getting a second vaccine appointment there?
No, there shouldn't be. No. We've kind of reiterated this a number of times. We sent additional people there to help with the process.
Schultes said he would look into the situation.
He's got my interest now. It's obviously something that I'm going to check into.
Now, we'll let you know what he says regarding this issue and making sure that people are able to leave the site with a second appointment. Now, One thing that should be noted is that the state's hotline for vaccine help opened up today. The phone number is 211, but it should be noted you can only call Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5 p.m. And they are only taking phone calls from those who are 75 and older and who need help with the website. Live in Springfield, Audrey Russo for Western Mass News.
Audrey, thanks for that live report. The state's vaccine scheduling hotline has officially launched. Accessible through 211, the service is open now Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. 500 staffers will be available for multilingual live phone support. This is only, though, for those 75 and older who need assistance booking the appointment or don't have internet service to do so.
And remember that Western Mass News is your vaccine authority. We're getting you answers for your questions surrounding the COVID-19 vaccine and its rollout. Now keep in mind that number and email on your screen is not to sign up to get the vaccine, but call us and leave us a message with your concerns at 413-846-0200 or email us at vax@westernmassnews.com.
Turning now to the latest coronavirus numbers in our state. Over the last 2 weeks, the Mass Department of Public Health reports nearly 3,000 new cases of COVID-19 today. So that brings the total number of confirmed cases to more than 510,000. Almost 60,000 of those are believed to be currently active. The state also reporting 74 new deaths from the virus. The statewide death toll now stands at more than 14,500. New developments tonight out of UMass Amherst. As of 3 this afternoon, new COVID-19 restrictions were put into place.
This comes after the university recorded a spike in cases this week. Western Mass News reporter Briseida Landaverde is breaking down what this means for students on campus.
There are some new restrictions on activities on campus.
The first week of spring semester classes has officially wrapped up for UMass Amherst students, but the university announced new COVID-19 restrictions on Friday due to an increase in cases, 239 from February 1st to February 3rd. The campus has moved from a guarded level to now an elevated level. Under these new restrictions, there will be no student gatherings of any size permitted on and off campus, dine-in grab-and-go service only, no visitors allowed on campus, and building access will be restricted. Something that won't change is in-person learning. Ed Blagazewski, a spokesperson for UMass Amherst, tells Western Mass News the data shows there is no transmission in education or research spaces.
The area of concern really is undergraduate students and students transmitting the disease in social and residential settings.
Lily Greenberg, a freshman on campus, says she does not want to see in-person classes get canceled.
I just don't think that like a frat party is worth having to stay alone in your room.
And another student agrees and hopes enforcement of these new policies will help bring down the number of cases.
What's nerve-wracking is just walking around knowing that there's so many potential positive cases around you.
Blagazewski says the university's goal is to change behavior on campus, but says students can face disciplinary action.
Students can be provided a warning. For instance, their housing privileges could be reviewed. So there's a range of possibilities.
And the university will continue to monitor cases on a daily basis and will update the community next week. For now, reporting in Amherst, Briseida Landaverde for Western Mass News.
Many restaurants during the coronavirus pandemic have struggled to stay afloat.
But one Black-owned vegan restaurant in Agawam remains optimistic, as the co-owners are also the cooks and the servers. Western Mass News reporter Leon Purvis is live for us now in Agawam with more. Leon?
Jordyn, Chris, the idea for Flame On Vegan all started with one of the co-owners who is vegan, couldn't find many places to eat. So cooking vegan food for himself turned into a restaurant business for him and his partner.
It's just me and my partner, so it's two of us. We cook, we clean, we serve food, answer the phones. So it's definitely a struggle on us, but you gotta grind.
Kayshawn Reed, co-owner of Flame On Vegan, is talking about what it takes to run a restaurant business with only 2 people. Right now, they only do takeout and small private parties. The type of people he is trying to attract to his restaurant are non-vegans.
Soul food, Caribbean, Spanish, Jamaican, everything. What I'm trying to do is I'm targeting non-vegan eaters.
Reed tells us his busiest days are soul food Sundays, when they make traditional soul food vegan style.
You still get your soul food. You won't even know the difference. Like, say if I was to serve somebody who never ate vegan before and don't tell them it's vegan, and they eat some of that soul food Sunday, they're gonna swear up and down to their mama that this is not vegan.
Reed follows many of Dr. Sebi's ways of a vegan diet.
Basically, I use all his seasonings. I was alkaline for two years before I started crossing over to vegan.
Right now at Flame on Vegan, the dining area is empty, but Reed hopes to have customers eating inside one day.
When the pandemic goes down, when everything get a little safe, I want to put some tables up in here, some more chairs, some tables, so people could dine in.
Now, when we were inside the restaurant earlier, a customer had came in, and the customer had told me that she couldn't tell the difference between vegan mac and cheese here and traditional dairy mac and cheese. Live in Agawam, Leon Purvis, Western Mass News.
All right, Leon, thanks. And a follow-up now to a story that Western Mass News brought you earlier this week. Support continues to pour in for Bob Charland, better known around town as Bob the Bike Guy. The owner of Spartan Auto in West Springfield, Nicholas Katsoulis, tells Western Mass News they've received more than enough to get his truck back up and running. They started a GoFundMe page to raise funds for his truck repairs and ended up raising over $4,000.
And all these people donated and said, gee, put it towards fixing the truck and getting Bob working again. But geez, just put it to his program, whatever you need to do, because he does such good work in the community. And so we're happy to do that.
Katsoulis tells us a lot of the parts going into the truck are also donated. Marcotti Ford in Holyoke providing the engine, Valise Ford and Surratt Ford also providing parts, and Town Fair Tire in West Springfield is helping out Bob's truck with some new wheels. As of right now, the truck still needs quite a bit of work before it'll be carrying Bob and his mission again, but mechanics we spoke to are hopeful it'll be up and running again soon.